1075 has been transmitted. Matchbox
All right, another Friday night. We're jumping immediately into that action. We heard of a guy shot in Harlem. Appears to be critical because they did rush that ambulance to the scene and they're rushing him to the hospital. But we're gonna have to wait and see. What we do want to be doing is responding to that scene, getting all the shots, interviewing people, stuff like that. And take it from there and see what else happens tonight and see if this is a story. But for now, we're gonna head there. Should get there in 20 minutes or so. So a couple blocks away from the shooting. Again, this is a shooting and guys critical. They rushed the ambulance here. I'm seeing heavy police presence, crime scene tape, established crime scene, all that stuff. And I just found parking. Looks like it's in front of a restaurant so far. Did hear that the detective squad has found a description of who they're looking for already. So again, lots of outdoor dining going on. Should be quite a scene. So let's hit that. All right, there we go. Got competition ×1. We got, I think that's a reporter or a post photographer. Where are the shell casings? Yeah, I don't see it. I think that's one underneath that cone right there. All right, we have a coat there. We have another cone as well. Thinking a shell casing might be under there. Police are looking underneath the cars right now. Now again, from what I heard, they already have a description of a male who fled, in one of these directions right here. So far, nobody wants to talk. And usually people don't talk during crime scenes, but you never know. Sometimes they do. You want to be on camera? You want to be on camera? Yeah, you stand right here. Hey, ma'am, you live around here?
No, we're visiting, but we have family in the area.
Oh, okay.
We're usually able to come out and have a nice peaceful night, and there's a lot of nice spots along here. And to walk up on something like this is just scary.
How does it make you feel as someone visiting New York City?
It makes me think twice about coming back.
Do you feel the crime is going up or anything like that?
Yes, all over. This gun violence, it needs to stop. It's ridiculous.
Thank you so much, man. What's your name?
My name is Stephanie.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
No, we just spoke to somebody. And she mentioned that, it's just visiting and it feels unsafe, so. Yeah, it might be right here. I see the cone. I'm not sure if I see the shell casing. Sometimes you can see it by peeking under. Not today. Definitely some possible shell casings under 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cones. Either that or those cones are there out of coincidence. We don't know that. So yeah, at the scene, we just know that it was a guy shot. They rushed him to the hospital, probably in critical condition. Don't know the circumstances as far as, was it a stray bullet, the age of the victim, anything like that. We're gonna find those details out later. Did speak to some concerned folks who were visiting from out of town, mentioning that crime has been going up makes them feel unsafe. And we need to get out of here and see what else is going on right now. May not be the story of the night, depending on what the circumstances are. So I'm here editing this video, and this fight breaks out at that restaurant. And you know, am I surprised? Yes and no. I'm not surprised because it's Harlem and that's a restaurant. It's also about almost midnight, and you know what they say, nothing good happens after midnight. Yeah, fight broke out as the security guard for that restaurant or bar was involved, and the cops from the crime scene walked over, and you know, I don't think they're arresting anybody, but you know, something's going on there. So just heard about this fire in Queens, rolling to it right now. They requested an extra engine and truck. Usually means the fire is pretty serious. Latest update we heard was doubtful, will hold, right? That's also a good indicator. So rolling to it, should be there in about maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Worst case, they knock the fire down and they have no victims, we can always cancel our response, but you know, we're headed that way right now. We hate to miss any flames if there were any flames. Also temperatures, right now it's about 33 degrees, so when you've got low temperatures, you've also got possible frozen hydrants, people using space heaters, possible causes of fire, stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. So just arrived at this fire. What I heard, there's one victim, which is 1045 code 4, non-life-threatening. Might even sign a refusal. Looks like competition ×1 is on scene as well. So really not anything visual. A firefighter is still working in the side of the house, breaking some glass. All the glass here in the front of the house is broken, as second floor as well. So I think these are the residents right over here. Some firefighters climbing up on the ladders back there. And what we heard, again, one mildly injured victim. Don't know where that victim is. Don't know where the ambulances are. Might be further back over there. You can probably take a look. Oh yeah, there's the visual right there, where it's a little bit smoking on that back window around the, they're also throwing some things out right now. So, might be a cluttered situation. You can tell just how many firefighters were in that house. They're all exiting the house right now. And they are soaking wet in just freezing temperatures right now. So, surprised we didn't hear about any frozen fire hydrants or anything. Yeah, they're definitely putting water on that back porch there. I'm not sure if I'm seeing flames or an orange light of some sort. That's the part when I run away, when my camera starts to get wet. Yeah, again, this is a fire in Queens. We showed up, we heard about one victim who was minorly injured, didn't even see him, might have even just signed a refusal and not even went to the hospital. Definitely a house fire, all the windows broken to ventilate the fire. Don't know the cause of the fire yet. I definitely don't think it's a story, but just something for social media. That's pretty much it. So just as I got back into Manhattan, we hear about a Brooklyn fire, requesting extra engine and truck. From what I'm hearing, they're using 2 line stretch in operation, which means they're using 2 hoses with water, putting water on fire. They're saying the doubtful that fire will hold.
A burn victim from the address 79 Ashley Street that's located right now at 52 Ashley Street.
Now they're saying there's a possible burn victim.
We have fire on the first and second floor.
So we're looking at a, possible victim here. So we're en route. We should be there in about 15 or so minutes.
Fire in the first floor can be knocked down.
Come on! Knock down! Ah! So just heard about that fire, knocked down, not happy about that, but you know what? We're still rolling to it because it's a 2 alarm. And because it's a 2 alarm, it means that possibly there might be a tiny chance that the flames still might be there. So we're still rolling to it. Let's see what happens when we go there. 2 alarm fire. In fact, that ambulance behind me, I believe, is rolling to this same fire. Would not be surprised. They're pulling a lot of different units from a lot of faraway places, including most likely this ambulance, to this 2 alarm fire, which is, people ask me, what's a 2 alarm fire? I tell them it's a fire that's twice as big as a regular fire. I should be there in about like 5 minutes, so. Just wanted to make sure I caught that before the smoke went out or anything. Should have brought my smoke mask, but oh well. Is he gonna throw that door off that balcony? Big 2 alarm FDNY response as expected. Just really smoky. We're not seeing any like flames or anything like that. So, although I wouldn't be surprised if the flames were shooting from the windows earlier. You see EMS going over there. They might have a victim. We did hear of a burn victim, but I don't know if where they are. I have not seen them on a stretcher yet.
I uploaded to Citizen as well, so you can find it there as well.
Oh, okay.
I'll just send it to you.
Thank you. And you don't want your name on the video, right?
No, it's fine.
All right. Can I interview you just to say what you saw or something, anything like that?
No, it's fine, man.
All right. Well, thank you, man.
You're
Appreciate
welcome,
it.
man. Take care, man.
You too.
Be safe.
There we go. Those flames are on the roof there. You can see it's coming out now. It was originally just smoky, but now we're seeing those flames. So I would describe the flames as minimal, but it's not really, an engulfing inferno of flames by any means. But it does have the potential to get much bigger if they allow it to. I'm not seeing any water on the fire right now, It looks like the firefighters are conducting an interior attack is what they call it, where the firefighters are inside trying to extinguish that fire from the inside. They have not evacuated that building and transitioned to an exterior attack from what I'm seeing so far. What's up, Lloyd?
What's up, guys?
How you doing?
Good.
It's like you're making it on another episode of Midnight Tour. I see Nick. And if he's going around, there's other possible angles to this. Do you think there's other angles? So from what I heard, they're saying it's knocked down first and second floors, but we're obviously seeing the flames on the roof of this house. It looks like there's some electrical lines as well that are kind of getting in the way. You wonder if it started out as an electrical fire. Looks like they're finally putting water on those flames on that house fire. And they're definitely gonna knock it down soon, I think. I'm just glad we got some flames, man. Because before you came, that was nothing. That was nothing.
Oh,
Yeah. And you heard about they said something about a
There's a 1045.
burn victim or something?
Yeah, I saw when I got here.
Are they in the ambulance now or something?
No, they actually transported her as I was.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't even see
walking
it.
up. I think I got a picture of her somewhere.
How old do you think?
She looks pretty old.
This cold tonight, I was expecting something like this. What's up, man? Hey, let's get your take on this fire.
I got here just at the same time as you did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what was weird? Yeah, go ahead.
No, it sounds like it started on the first floor, and then as soon as they got here, they were met with fire going up the stairs, and the fire rapidly extended up to the attic, and that's what we saw.
Yeah.
The fire blowing out of the.
It was weird because, you know, at first they said it was knocked down, and then it is like that flames kind of crept up in the roof there. So.
No, yeah, I was 9 minutes away, and they said all the fire's knocked down. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna continue in and see what happens, because I already drove 25 minutes here. So.
Exactly. I had like a 30-minute ETA. I was already back in Manhattan after that. What is it? The Queens fire?
Yeah.
Queens, right?
How was that?
It's like whatever. You know?
It sounded worth it, and you've got a big wood frame private dwelling. And around in this neighborhood, which is East New York, these buildings tend to burn.
Right.
And they burn through.
It looks old too, that house.
Oh yeah, that
big
house
and
is
old.
probably 100+ years old.
This one guy had flames, but he said he also went live on Citizen. So
Charlie, yeah.
I still, I'm just glad that roof had some flames. It's just something for us to.
Exactly. It's always
Yeah.
a disappointment when you show up and you put all the effort in, you go in a half hour, and then you get there and it's all out. So.
Well, that's our thumbnail right there.
Yeah, exactly. That little triangle of
Right.
flame.
This might be our 1045 right here, which is our victim. You see cops walking with him. He looks cold.
See you in a minute.
All right, take care, man.
Are in progress and remain probably will hold.
So they just transmitted that probably will hold. The fire is one step from being under control. Searches currently negative, although they did transport, from what I heard, that one victim. So I heard about this still alarm fire when I was in Manhattan after we came back from that Queens fire. So this fire is in East New York, Brooklyn. Initially it went over as just 1075 and it went to all hands, requested extra engine and truck. And it turns out, we heard it went to a 2-alarm as we were rolling over here. All of a sudden got a little bit more exciting. Heard about that minorly injured victim and heard that flames were knocked down, showed up. Didn't see any flames whatsoever. Kind of a downer. Saw some flames on a guy's cell phone, and then suddenly we saw flames on the roof, which everybody pretty much caught. Everybody who showed up you know, competition, fire buffs, etc. And you know, glad we caught this little bit of flames on the roof. They knocked it down pretty quickly, and it's pretty much it. So much more visual than the Queen's fire, which, you know, definitely not a story of the Queen. This might be a fire because of the injury and because of the visuals of this fire. So I just heard about a stabbing in transit. As you know, it's pretty newsworthy lately. Mayor Eric Adams rolled out or unveiled a new plan just yesterday about how he's going to be cracking down on transit crimes, enforce turnstile jumping, getting the homeless out of our subway stations. They will no longer be allowed to exist in the system, is what he said. So now we're hearing about a stabbing that happened at this subway station. It's going to be related to, you know, crime in the subways and the new plan to enforce these crimes. So subway incidents, subway crimes, definitely on the rise. You know, we can think about the last really bad one, which was that Asian woman being shoved fatally into the train where she died. And the most recent one I can think of is someone was stabbed on the L train, I think a couple of days ago or 3 days ago. So there's definitely a lot of attention on these subway crimes. So definitely a priority. Headed to that. Should be there in about 10 or so minutes. All right, so just arrived at the subway station. I'm actually trying to locate this subway station. I believe it's around here. Not seeing much police, I'm seeing too much police activity right now. I think I'm just gonna make a right. Yeah, actually I do see a bunch of police cars. Actually, yeah, I see some cops. They're standing around. So it looks like there is a crime scene, which is what we want. We might even have to go down into the subway stations and, you know, see what's going on there, see if there's any blood, see if there's a knife, see if there's a crime scene. So you wonder if it happened, you know, inside or outside. You know, those are some questions that I'm thinking about. So a lot of police cars. Subway station is right over there. Let's see if we can go down there. Where's the crime scene? That's another question I've got. Lots of trash. Free shuttle buses. And this is exactly what they said they were not going to be allowing on the trains, but what do we have here? Looks like someone's sleeping over there. All right, look at this. Look at all this. This is exactly what they don't want. And you know, Adams was just saying that shopping carts could go into the tracks and collide with the trains. In some cases, we've seen explosions and fires and all that kind of stuff. So this is just a huge subway station. We're seeing a lot of homelessness, right? The ones that they said they were gonna kick out, they're still here, right? And we've got a lot of police here as well. So it looks like MTA might be bagging all of this stuff up right here. They got garbage bags and everything. The floor is actually kind of slimy with stuff. It's pretty nasty. But we're more interested in, how you doing? I'm also interested in where this crime scene might be at. There's the police here. Might be transit cops. So we just heard them saying, you know, throw everything out. Looks like they're going to be throwing all this stuff away. We're seeing mattresses. We're seeing bicycles. We're seeing strollers. We're seeing, and this is the second angle.
This is the program of the city.
We're seeing kids' chairs. all kinds of stuff. A lot of clothing, blankets, stuff like that, you know. But we're still looking for that crime scene. And you know what? I kind of predicted that would be some kind of, you know, a crime scene tonight, or maybe someone struck by a train, and we would be filming, you know, the homeless conditions in addition to whatever crime happened on the subway. So. They're saying nothing. So you can imagine if there was a crime scene right here, you probably wanted to clean it up to get everybody getting off and on these trains. And folks, hasn't stopped the train from running, as folks are still waiting for the train. All right, check out this guy sleeping. So other than that, there's no like visible crime scene that I'm seeing. I think the other guy said it might have happened here or upstairs. Either way, there's a police presence in the subway stations and upstairs. And it looks like MTA's, you know, cleaning up all this mess here. I think they gave that homeless individual a garbage bag to put all his stuff in. And like I said, Mayor Adams sent a clear message yesterday that none of this stuff was going to be tolerated any longer. In fact, this sounds like two different jobs that we're going to be sending in. One is going to be the subway homeless cleanup situation in the subway station, as well as the stabbing that also happened here. So now it looks like the cops might be going to awaken this guy who's sleeping after we pointed it out. So let's see what happens with that. So, you know, they will come up and ask him, you know, if he needed any homeless services, stuff like that, you know. So they're engaging and they're interacting with, you know, sleeping persons, homeless people, and obviously this homeless individual, they give him a bag, probably said he had to go, so he's grabbing his stuff, and they're tossing out everything else. So, take care, sir. Sorry? Oh, wow. Let me get that.
Right here is feces, man. There is the feces right here.
Oh, there's poop under there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, we can't leave that.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Oh, that's nasty. So he just showed us a needle. He showed us feces. That's what he said. Right? These are the conditions that are going down here, and you know, you wonder why the mayor is cracking down on this stuff. You know, he said it's disgusting, and he says that this is not how our homeless population should be living. Should be living with dignity, not in disgusting conditions. Yeah, so I just sent this subway stabbing, Jamaica E-line.
Overnight at the Jamaica Van Wyck station in Richmond Hills, a homeless man was sleeping in the station when three men demanded money, stabbed him, and ran away. Police tell me he was taken to Jamaica Hospital in stable condition.
We saw yet another instance of violence. Police responding to an instance where a homeless man was stabbed, and he was a victim of an attempted robbery at Jamaica Van Wyck station.